Hey, what's going on, guys? eninge here. Some experiment on creating a chess program for ZX spectrum comes to its logical end, and in this video I'd like to share the end result I eventually came up with. Okay, so let's start with compiling the program. I'm using basic compiler by Boreal. It's the guy who has created this compiler, and here is the Fuse emulator. Now I just need to open the file, and here we go. So I got a position, and it makes all the possible moves and evaluates every given move. So it takes into account the piece weights and the piece score tables, and eventually picks up the best move. And as far as it doesn't really have the question search, it would consider this move taking the knight because it thinks he is a piece up. Okay, so I was a little bit depressed, I would say, because one of the downsides which actually forced me to stop the development is that this compiler doesn't contain the input statement, believe it or not. And it's possible to hack around using the in case within the loop to kind of like implement this input on your own, but I consider that to be a little bit too complicated. And also bear in mind the fact that by the time I'm talking, I can just restore the position to a calm one, and to demonstrate how this is going to be, how this is going to look like in the initial position. So apart from from the lack of that input function, another issue is, as you could have already seen, it's slow as hell. So it's really slow, and it takes really more. It takes more effort to. Is this okay? It takes more effort to implement the recursive search because we don't even have the function calls here. So I have no idea how I can make that using the go to or go sub statements. So I just want to say that the amount of work needed, the effort that I need to put in order to make it actually play is incomparably huge compared to the end result that I could have potentially get. So I just don't see any sense in proceeding with this sort of a thing. However, I'm really happy to implement exactly the same move generator I had in my minimalist engine called Tyfish that I created a tutorial series on. It's the engine written in Python. I have the normal version and the minified one as well, with pieces with move offsets being encoded into single integers. I didn't use it here, obviously, just to make the code simpler. But the idea behind the move generator is absolutely the same. And I did manage to create the evaluation function. I even tried to return the score depending on side to move, because I was thinking about making this recursive calls. However, again, like you've seen, like how slow it is, so I don't really see that much sense in it. Okay, so let's compile it one more time, and now I just want to show you how this is going to be working with a position, with the initial position. So here we go. So just making every single move and evaluating every single move at the same time. Okay, so see, like the score is being dynamically updated depending on how well the positional location of a piece is, and eventually he'll make the best move he found on board. He makes the best move he found on board, and he makes it on board. Basically, that's kind of sort of it. So I've created this very skeleton, and as far as this code does seem to contain some useful stuff. I will publish the source code. So if anyone would like to go for tinkering with this sort of a code, I would be happy. So if you manage to create a full-blown engine from this sort of a thing, then you're welcome. Okay guys, so this is it from my side. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, and take care.